Excuses, excuses, excuses. Why in the hell are so many people nowadays just... Where have our standards gone? Where the fuck have our standards in video games gone? First, we had people capping for Fallout 76 when that game was garbage, broken at release. People were making all these excuses because they're Bethesda fanboys. And now, unfortunately, we're seeing this happen again with Cyberpunk 2077. And it pains me to do this because CD Projekt Red usually does right by their fan base. They have great games like The Witchers 1, 2, and 3, yet when it came to this release, they decided to be hush-hush about the PS4 and the Xbox One versions of those games. Now, granted, usually when a game comes out, especially one made by a studio like CD Projekt Red, the PC version is the best one to play on. But on top of the last-gen console releases, the PC version apparently has a lot of bugs as well. Yet, we've been seeing on Twitter, people make excuses for these games. People say, oh, well, the game has crashed on me a couple times, but guess what? I love it enough, so I'm just gonna keep playing it. No. No, no, no. If a game is $60, granted, next gen on PS5, Xbox Series X, if you play on those platforms, we're looking at games going up to $70, and we're gonna just sit here and let the studio get away without any sort of criticism for releasing a buggy game that needed at least one more year in development. Well, one of my friends who's playing the game on Xbox, he loves the game. And if you like the game, more power to you, but the excuses have got to stop. These companies are making billions of dollars every single year by bending us over and screwing our wallets to buy their products, and then we get a half-baked experience because of it. Don't believe me? Well, CD Projekt Red officially has came out and said, "Dear gamers, first of all, we would like to start apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last-gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One." And for those of you that don't know, people that were reviewing this game on consoles, they were not getting any review copies for the last-gen versions of the game. And then people who were reviewing the game were not allowed to use their own game footage. They had to use footage that was provided by CD Projekt Red themselves. So there's a red flag right there. But continuing, second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. Expect more, as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch 1 in January. This will be followed by patch number 2 in February. Together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. We will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of their release. They won't make the game on last-gen look like it's running on a high-spec PC or next-gen console, but it will be closer to that experience than it is now. And yes, we didn't really expect the game to look as good as the PC version, but the fact that you promised to release the game on PS4 and Xbox One, as well as PS5, Series X, and the PC itself, they should have known better to just try to work more on the console version of the game. Finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchase. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance, but if you are not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. For copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system of PSN or Xbox respectively. By the way, PlayStation's really, stingy on giving out refunds, so good luck on that platform. For box copies, please first try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us at helpmerefund@cdprojektred.com, and we will do our best to help you. Starting from today, you can contact us for a week up until December 21st, 2020. P.S. PC gamers will be getting regular updates and fixes improving the game. So at least I will give CD Projekt Red credit where credit is due. They're coming out and they're saying, hey, we're going to make sure we patch this out. We know we fucked up. But at the same time, should we give them a free pass? I know they made The Witcher 3 arguably one of the best games of last gen. But you knew what you were doing when you were sitting there and saying, oh, we can't let people play the console versions or see the console versions. Focus on the PC version. That's what people care about. But, guys, there's no excuses. This is unacceptable. That's like being a college professor. I'm getting a paper from a student. I'm seeing all these grammatical errors. I'm seeing all these statements that are being made without any form of facts or evidence or any citations. And I just look at it and there's no effort, so here's an F. This is what they're doing right now. They're trying to make all these excuses for why they couldn't get this assignment done, and they just expect us to just give them a participation trophy. No, 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 no. You know, we did this with Bethesda. We told everybody to not buy Fallout 76. We're going to keep the same energy, and we're going to apply that to CD Projekt Red. I'm sorry, not sorry. And for the guys that are playing on PC and that are claiming they're not having bugs, good on you. I hope you're enjoying the game. But do not sit there, get on your high horse, and be a snobby little fuck, and sit there and say, oh, well, you should have been playing on the PC anyway. The console versions, they're inferior. Just, you know, that's your fault. No. CD Projekt Red made a promise to have those games on those platforms. They need to fix them accordingly. We're all in this together, no matter if you're on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, or even Nintendo, even though the game's not out on the Switch. We need to hold these developers accountable, because no matter what platform we're on, we're all paying for this mistake. We're enabling these developers to come out and release unfinished, broken products, and I'm sick of all the excuses that are coming out from everybody. And it's funny because earlier this year, I had a big problem with Nintendo and their anti-consumer practices on the Switch, especially with 3D All-Star Collection. And some people still give me shit for still playing Nintendo exclusives on the Switch. But guess what? At least Nintendo doesn't release their games all broken and shit. Whenever I got my Switch day one, Breath of the Wild was running fine. There was some frame rate dips here and there, but there was no outstanding bugs. I was playing that game perfectly fine. When I got Super Mario Odyssey the same year, that game was fantastic. No issues at all. When Smash Brothers came out, despite some balancing issues, that game ran perfectly fine. Same with Sony games. I bought God of War, and the game worked perfectly fine out of the box, and all the updates that they were pushing on the game were giving us extra content like photo mode. When Spider-Man came out for PS4, I had no issues at all. When I booted up my PS5 to play Astrobot, that game played perfectly fine. When I played Miles Morales, that game had... Why can't we release finished fucking games? If Nintendo can do it, if Sony can do it, so can companies like CD Projekt Red, and so can companies like Bethesda. I'm done. Stop making excuses, because at the end of the day, we are paying for these excuses. And if we keep on enabling these developers, we're going to be getting games that still have wireframes. And they're going to say, oh, sorry, we couldn't complete the main assets of the game, so we're just going to give you our wireframe data, and you all can just use your imagination like it's the fucking Atari 2600. I'm done. Stop making excuses for these developers. This is Melodic Punk, and I will see you all later.